Next, let's talk about local search. Local search is basically targeted internet advertising, but just in your local area. So if you have a business that works well or used to work well in the Yellow Pages, then local search could be a highly effective method for you. And there are a number of services that deliver local search services. One of the best is, of course, Google Local. It's basically one part of Google AdWords, and what it allows you to do is to advertise on local keywords such as pest control Melbourne, and when someone searches for that type of term, a map will actually appear in Google with various like drawing pins on the map leading to your address and your website and your services. So one of the things with local search is that in Google especially, it's extremely prominent. The local results are much more prominent than the normal results. So if you do advertise in a local area, I recommend that you research and get into local search on Google. There are also other types of services that provide local search services like the Yellow Pages Online, City Search and True Local. These can all be profitable incremental traffic sources, but what you need to do is to make sure that you test the results and the conversion of each of these different methods to ensure that you're allocating your marketing spend in the best way. Next, let's look at search engine optimization. As you know, search engine optimization is ranking your website well in the free part of the search engines such as Google, Yahoo and 9MSN. Now in Australia, Google dominates the Australian search market and it has over 80% market share. Our tests also reveal that Google searches almost always convert into inquiries or sales much more often than searches via other major search engines. So in other words, Google generates more high-quality search traffic. That's a pretty good reason to focus your search engine strategy on Google. Once you rank well in Google, you normally find that you rank pretty well in the others anyway. So I'll talk you through a three-step process for doing search engine optimization. Obviously, it's a fairly complex topic and companies spend thousands of dollars on getting this done for them. But it all comes down to a pretty much core three-step strategy. Step one is to do your keyword research. So you need to establish which keywords and phrases are relevant to your product or services, so you can focus your SEO efforts accordingly. For many businesses that serve a local area, keyword research is normally straightforward. The most profitable keywords or phrases are likely to be in the form your industry plus your location. For example, plumbers Melbourne, IT support Sydney, accountants Perth. There are also a range of keyword research tools, including the free tool inventory.overture.com and also more sophisticated paid tools such as wordtracker.com and keyworddiscovery.com. Step number two is to do your on-page optimization or optimize your website content. You've probably heard that achieving high search engine rankings is all about making sure the right keywords appear on your web pages. Although this is part of the story, it's certainly an important part of the puzzle, and we call this on-page optimization. Here are some of the most important on-page optimization tips. Number one is to include a keyword-rich title on your page. The title is the label that appears in the blue bar at the top of your web browser. It also appears as the title of your web page in Google's organic search results. The title should be short, concise and keyword-rich, and you should put the most important keywords at the front. So I'll take the example of a print shop located in Surrey Hills in Sydney. A good title for them might be Digital Printer Sydney, Colour Digital Printing Surrey Hills, Sydney. As you can tell, it's pretty keyword rich. There's a little bit of repetition there, not too much, and it doesn't sound too weird. The next tip is to have a keyword rich description. And this is properly called the meta description tag. And it's the part of your website code that describes the content on the page. Your descriptions should be keyword rich and written in complete sentences. For our digital printer, the description could read, digital printer in Surrey Hills, Sydney, providing competitive colour digital printing and binding services, print business cards, flyers, brochures, menus, postcards and more. Next, you should look at your headings. Search engines place great importance on headings because they signify important page content. Ensuring that your headings and subheadings are keyword rich is a good start. For example, full colour digital printing services in Sydney. Next, you should address your page content. You should ensure that you have at least one keyword-rich paragraph of text on each page. Keywords used in your headings may be repeated again in your content. And try to use a mix of related key phrases. For example, digital printing, on-demand printing, 60-minute print service, rather than the same phrase over and over again. Next, you should look at your links. Links are another important indicator of page content. You should avoid generic words in links such as find out more or click here. Instead, use keyword-rich link text such as view our complete range of digital printing services with digital printing services as a link. So that was the second stage, on-page optimization.